Oh, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. And I just realized I misplaced my South Korean spicy sparkling cave juice, which is sponsoring today's energy, guys. Welcome in. We have an awesome episode for you guys tonight. I don't know why I called it an episode. We never call it episodes, but we have a great show for you guys tonight. We have the one and only Gareth Soloway on. Super excited to hear what Gareth has to say, as we are at a very interesting point in this market. Are we going to make another move down? Are we going to get a move up before another move down? Or is the bottom in? We're going to be talking to Gareth and asking him his insight and kind of what he's looking at on the chart. So super excited to hear what Gareth has to say. But before we get into it, guys, we do have some housekeeping to do. I did just put a poll in the chat, guys, asking if you guys have questions about crypto taxes. And the reason I ask that is because we will be having a tax professional coming on the channel, I think in a couple of weeks, to talk about crypto taxes, because I know a lot of people have asked me about them, and I am not an accountant. I am not a tax expert, so I cannot even talk about it because I don't even know what's going on. But we're going to have a tax expert come on and answer some of your questions. And on top of that, guys, I don't know if anybody knows what tax loss harvesting is, but it's a way you can kind of save on your taxes, especially when you're invested in crypto. It involves, selling and buying back your crypto pretty quickly to just actually, it's, I don't want to get too deep into exactly what tax loss harvesting is, because I don't want to explain it incorrectly, but it helps you save on your taxes, and it just involves buying and selling back selling your crypto and buying it back very quickly to save on your taxes. But the reason I bring this up, guys, is because we are actually partnering with CoinLedger, which is a software that can help you. It helps make your crypto taxes super easy. I know tax season is an absolute nightmare, especially when you invest in crypto. So this makes it way, way easier. It automates a lot of things. You input your transactions into CoinLedger, and it will spit out everything you need to give to your accountant or upload to TurboTax. I do believe they are actually a trusted TurboTax partner. So it works great with TurboTax. And I'm going to be going deeper into this. I'm going to make a pre-recorded video kind of showing you guys and walking you through how to use it. And then we are going to have a tax expert actually come on to the show and answer your questions live. And we will also be doing an AMA in the free Discord, so anyone can ask their questions, because I know this is a really, really hot topic. And again, I can't give advice on this because I'm not a tax professional. So super, super pumped. Definitely check out CoinLedger. And again, we have much more to come with CoinLedger. As I said, we will be doing a little tutorial video showing you guys how easy it is and how much easier it can make your tax season, because if you've been in crypto through the last tax season, you'll know that it could be quite a nightmare if you're not prepared or using something like CoinLedger. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. And on top of that, guys, don't forget our premium Discord did launch last night on the live stream. We're over 100 members already. It's already popping in there. Not only are we putting my TA and my trade setups, but we also have some really good traders in there putting out some of their own trade setups that are already hitting. But definitely, if you guys are interested, go ahead and check it out. We are doing $5 off a month if you sign up for the next 24 hours. However, our payment system got kind of messed up. You can only pay with crypto right now, but we are fixing the fiat payment method, so that should be fixed by tomorrow. So because of that, we're going to extend the deal another 24 hours. So you will have another 24 hours to get $5 off each month, depending on whether, it doesn't matter what one you pick. You will save $5 off each month if you sign up in the next 24 hours. So I guess our 24-hour deal turned into a 48-hour deal, and that's on us. So we extended it, but definitely get in there, guys. It's already popping. I'm already having a blast. But with all that out of the way, guys, let me just pull up my chart here. But yeah, with all that out of the way, let's just say what's up to the chat, and then let's go ahead and bring on Gareth, because I cannot wait to hear what he has to say, because there's a lot of opinions out there, and if there's one opinion I do trust, it's going to be Gareth Soloway's. But let's see who we got in here. Bubba's Crypto, as always, super OG of the channel. Thank you for being here. Crypto Billy, one of our amazing mods. Thank you so much for being here, Crypto Billy, also the creator of the Frankie Candles universe. University merch. Thank you so much for that, bro. I appreciate you. Crypto420, what is going on? Says, thanks, Frankie. Don't thank me. I'm happy to help you guys. I don't even know what you're thanking me for, but hey, I'm here for you, brother. Dave Digital, as always. I think Dave Digital might be one of the #1 supporters of the channel. I love you, Dave. I see you out there. Thank you so much for being here. V-Slim, as always. V-Slim says, Gareth equals GOAT, with the exception of Frankie, of course. Well, I'll give Gareth the GOAT title. Absolutely. I don't think there's many people that can hold a candle to Gareth. Trust me. But anyway, Anonymous, the CandleMafia's funniest member. He's saying some inappropriate things. Let's go. Shout out to Anonymous. We appreciate you, bro. Jessica, what is going on? And that's not Mrs. Candles, but Jessica. Brad Guidell, thank you for being here, Brad. I love you, brother. Always showing support. Let's get a couple more. V-Slim, I see you, brother. Thank you for being here. Dave Brumbelow, what is going on? Says, I love that Dave Brumbelow's name has not financial advice in his actual name. I think I might do that too. Shout out to Brian Varney. Tor, as always, happy to have you here. Drew Z88 and Hodgepodge, as always, happy to see you here. The JD Club, what is going on? ADD Dad, Peggy, what is going on? Peggy, Bubba's, and Dave Digital. Once again, guys, thank you all for being here. Kenton Smith, I see you, brother. But without further ado, Tony with the super chat, thank you so much for that. He says, I'm awaiting feedback from Discord whether or not the monthly option discount extends each month. Multi-month rates lock in the savings each month. Thank you for that, Tony. There you go. Guys, also, big shout out to Tony. He has a lot to do with this Discord. He's helped out a lot, as all of the other mods have as well. But guys, without further ado, you know what you got to do? We got to pop in that AirPod, and we got to go ahead and give me a second here, guys, because we are trying a new thing where I can hear Garrett's audio, and this should be a little bit easier than it usually is if, let's see here, let's see. Bear with me. There we go. Bing bong. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? There we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, guys. So without further ado, guys, what would this show be without technical difficulties? I'm just kidding. I'm not actually muted, guys. But without further ado, let's go ahead and welcome Gareth Soloway. What is going on, Gareth?
What's going on, Frankie? How you doing?
I'm doing really good, Gareth, other than this technical difficulties, because I want you to come through my AirPods, but you're actually coming through my phone. But while I try to fix this, Gareth, thank you so much for coming on. I really do appreciate it. And I will say, and I don't say this about every guest, we do love all our guests, but I will say, man, you are definitely a Candle Mafia favorite. And me included, I love having you on the show because I really love hearing what you have to say. Or anytime we get on Debate Crypto together, I love hearing, your outlook on the market. And I think we're at a pretty interesting point here. We've come down a lot. I think a lot of people are saying the bottom's in. I know some people don't think so. Us personally on this channel, we are looking at a potential move to the upside before some potential further moves to the downside. But we want to hear, the Mafia wants to hear from you. What are you seeing in the charts?
Yeah, so I'm kind of in that same camp where you got this really pretty bull flag pattern. I can pop up my chart here and we can take a look. But basically what we have here is this bull flag formation. And it's coming now into what I would consider to be a mature pattern, right? So you have immature patterns where there's probabilities are kind of lukewarm, maybe just slightly better than 50-50. And then mature patterns where you get multiple sideways consolidation candles here. And then that creates that mature pattern, highest probability to the upside. So for me, at least looking at this, I'm definitely in the camp that we should see some sort of move up. The question is how much, right? So just looking at the chart here, the problem that arises if we do start to move up, we have to fight our way back through that June low, which is around 17,600. If we get through that, we have another multi-low pivot around 18.5, 18.6, and then we struggle right around this 19 to 20,000 range. So I do think I agree with you. I think there's some upside here in the near term. I do expect some. But the question again is how much upside? And then I do unfortunately still see some more downside after that.
Yeah, that is very similar to what we're looking at now. I know you've talked about some of your low targets in the past. Has that changed at all? Or because I think you're in the camp of about 10K. Is that right?
Yeah, so I'm still in the camp of just under 10K. What was interesting is once we had FTX come out, I started to look at the similarities of the history of Lehman Brothers, right? And Lehman Brothers collapsed during 2008's crisis in the stock market. And what was so fascinating about it is you really have a lot of the same synergies going on there. You know, you look at an exchange, and exchange is essentially the bank of crypto, right? It's where people store their money. And we had Lehman Brothers collapse. And what's interesting about that is when Lehman Brothers collapsed, there was massive fear and panic. A lot of big people lost money. A lot of small individuals, investors lost money. And we saw the stock market still sell off for another 5 to 6 months. So what I did was I kind of said, okay, if this FTX event was our Lehman Brothers moment, potentially from that point, we have about 5 to 6 months of downside left, or at least, you know, it can have some bounces to it, but ultimately we'll bottom out in 5 to 6 months. So for me, at least, I'm going with, you know, a low likely in Bitcoin around May of 2023. I think that if you look at the Lehman Brothers collapse, the S&P dropped another 40 to 45%, which puts us right at that 9 to 10,000 marker. So that's kind of where I'm leaning right now. I think that, again, we're going to get some regulation out there that probably comes in the next 3 to 6 months as well. And it all could kind of come together to create this nice bottom in Bitcoin for the second half of the year.
Yeah, I love that you said that. You know, it is funny how, you know, all this stuff does tend to just like work itself out perfectly, right? You know, we get the FTX collapse. You know, everyone was already calling for, you know, I think this is, you know, I remember even when we were still in the bull market, you know, I would just talk to people in the office. You know, I remember TJ specifically saying, you know, I think that this next bull market could be the regulatory bull market where we get a little bit of regulatory clarity and, you know, maybe we get a really explosive move. And you know, it is funny, right? This just happens. We have the Celsius collapse, the FTX collapse, and now everyone's talking. People are starting to realize that, you know, maybe some regulation isn't the worst thing in the world, as long as it's not overstepped. So I couldn't agree more. And you know, with that being said, with the regulatory, you know, the regulatory bull run, as you know, some people call it. Do you think now, obviously we do get diminished returns over time, as we've seen with Bitcoin. Do you think that trend could break if we get that regulatory clarity? Because, you know, if you go through the bull markets from the bottom of the bear market to the top of the bull market, those gains get less and less as the market matures. Do you think something like, you know, clear regulation could kind of, because if you look at how it's been diminishing over time and then you kind of extrapolate that information forward into the next bull market, kind of makes Bitcoin like, oh no, like it's only gonna, you know, it doesn't look like it's gonna pump as much as it, you know, it did last bull run. Do you think the regulatory bull run could change that, or do you think it's kind of plugged in?
No, I definitely do. I think the regulatory bull run will be the biggest bull run we see in crypto. And the reason I say that is because you're going to finally have a framework where institutional money is going to feel comfortable getting into crypto. And mainly I'm talking Bitcoin, Ethereum. I mean, there may be other coins that kind of emerge, but let's be fair, the institutions are going to trust the big ones first. It's kind of like, do you buy Apple and Microsoft, or do you buy a penny stock as an institution? And they're going to buy Apple and Microsoft. So I think we have to realize that. But the beauty of it is there is so much big money waiting on the sidelines for a place to go. And once they get that, they are going to flood the market. So I think that you will see this could potentially be the biggest move up in crypto we have seen yet in this next bull run. The only thing I would caution is it's not going to be like we're going to make a bottom in 2023 and then by, you know, the end of 2023 be at all-time highs. I don't think it happens that quickly. So we have to be ready to just be patient. But I do think that those gains come. And let me just show you my chart here. I want to show you one thing about Bitcoin that I've kind of been isolating down that I think is pretty cool. So one of the reasons why I think we're getting closer to the end of this bear market is that you are seeing diminishing negativity with bigger negative headlines. And so one of the things I love to show you guys is here was your Terra Luna collapse, right? Where you dropped about 45% in Bitcoin from 31.5 down to about the 17,000 level, right? And Terra Luna was nasty. There's no doubt about it. But I think we can all agree that this drop on FTX was probably a bigger earthquake than Terra Luna for the entire ecosystem. But the Bitcoin only dropped about 25%. And so what that shows, it's kind of one of those things where if it was a technical chart, and it is, I would say that's a positive divergence, right? You're getting worse news, but a smaller move to the downside. So to me, it still means we still got to wash things out. We still got to go a little bit lower, but we're getting there. We're kind of in that final downside move, like 5-6 months out, where finally we'll be able to say, okay, finally we can look to hodl some where we hold it for the longer term, and we probably are getting near the lows.
Yeah, I love that you brought that up because it is very interesting, right? Because that the FTX collapse was like you said, it was like more of an earthquake. This is like a huge thing. I have friends and family that aren't even into crypto asking me like, hey, what was going on with that crypto thing? This Sam guy, and these are people that don't know anything about crypto. They just hear about it in the news and they're like, wow, something big's going on with crypto. And no one was hitting me up on the, no one was calling my phone asking me about the Celsius collapse. They were just like, oh, it's some crypto thing. That's typical. But for some reason, this one was very, very big. And to see not as big of a drop is I would agree. I mean, it's like a positive divergence between the news and the price action. That's something we have not looked at. I think that's a really, really, really interesting piece of information there. Now, I actually have a question, kind of shifting directions here a little bit. Now, I know there's a lot of people. I've seen some people start talking recently, and I know that you come from many years of experience in the stock market. I know there's a lot of people talking about. There's a couple people saying that maybe the stock market as a whole has popped. Have you heard anybody been saying this recently, that the stock market may have peaked out and the bubble of the U.S. stock market has popped?
Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, I'm in the camp that, and I've gone on record saying that I think the stock market will not make new all-time highs for at least 10 to 15 years. And I mean, that to most investors, that's pretty shocking. Now, if you were in the dot-com collapse, the NASDAQ, it took 15 years for the NASDAQ to make a new all-time high. The NASDAQ topped out in 2000. It didn't break those highs till 2015. In addition, if you go back to the 1930s, the Great Depression, I think it took till 1950s from the high in 29 and the crash to the 1950s to make a new high. So to me, there's a lot of these similarities. In fact, one of my recent kind of extrapolations was looking at the similarities in the stock market of current time to the similarities going back to the Great Depression. And in fact, let me just show you guys. And again, this is breaking away a little bit from crypto, but the reason why it's so important is that we in crypto, you have to understand that history repeats or at least rhymes. So if you can learn something from anything else in history, you can generally figure it out going into the future with a different market. So what I like to show here is that look at this crazy pattern, right? So this is the dot-com pop. Here's the dot-com collapse. Here's the financial crisis run up where the real estate market went into a bubble. Here's the collapse. And then this is ever since then, right? So we had this huge move up, which again, amazing how the dot-com bubble is so small considering what we've seen, which is scary, right? I mean, like this run is insane. And then, so this is the S&P 500 from 95 to basically 2022. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which was the main index back in the 1920s, the 1915 area, right? So let's go all the way back here. And what I want to show you guys now is look at this, right? So essentially, look at the pattern here, and then look at this run up here. And it's almost identical to what we are currently or what we have seen. And the reason why that's a little scary for me, number one, is it does probably mean that we're going to be in a bigger bear market, at least for stocks, for many, many years to come. Now, I think it's going to be a positive for crypto because I think that investors, once we get regulation in crypto, will then look and say, okay, well, the stock market's not doing it for us, so let's go into crypto. Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's look at Ethereum. But again, this is a very scary sort of scenario because in the 1930s, you know what we had? We had the Great Depression. You had 25% unemployment. And again, the market literally had a crash. I mean, it was a full-out crash. We went from 400 on the Dow all the way down to 40, a 90% drop. So now extrapolate that to the U.S. stock market. If we dropped 90%, it would be insane. I mean, it would be absolutely insane. And just to throw this out, a lot of people say, okay, well, the chart matches. So that's one thing. But what was going on economically? And this is even more fascinating, right? And again, for students of history, I think this is the best stuff, is that in the 19 teens, like 1915, 1920, 1920s, you had the invention and the adoption of the car, and you had electricity, right? So now electricity meant that after dark, you could actually go out and go places. You could go to speakeasies, you could go shopping, you could go places. With the car, you could actually drive to stores. And so what it created was the roaring 20s where the consumer was out spending money. Well, what do we know about the consumer over the past 20 years? The consumer got introduced to the internet. And what do we do on the internet? I mean, how many of us, basically go out and spend money on Amazon every single day? I know my wife does, right? So, so the bottom line is it created this consumer spending craze, just like the 1920s, with this invention of the internet and this kind of like this coming into our own. And it's very, very similar. I know it's a little off topic, but it also relates to what we're going through right now.
Yeah, guys, CandleMafia, where else are you going to get this information? This is why we love having Gareth on the channel. Yeah, I mean, that is some serious knowledge bombs. And, speaking, kind of going back to, people saying that I was very interested to hear your take on this, because I know you've been in stocks for a while. The fact that the stock market will not see new all-time highs for a very long time. I was very curious to see what you thought. And, yeah, that is... and again, how you say the invention of the automobile kind of plays into that whole thing. It's kind of something that a lot of people don't really take into account, and it shows years and years of experience kind of gives you that little bit of an edge, right, in a market. Being able to study these things and see these things and then extrapolate that into something like what we're seeing with crypto. Now, with that being said, I did actually have as always another audio hiccup for a few seconds there. So if you said this already, I apologize. But what is kind of your thought on with the U.S. stock market not making those all-time highs for, like you said, another about 15 years? Do you see? Because I think a lot of people say, like, well, then crypto is just going to be dead until the stock market comes back up as well. Where do you kind of stand on that?
Yeah, so I'm not in that camp. I think that in 2023, you will start to see, and the key is, again, it's so weird because regulation was like the taboo that everyone was so against. But believe it or not, regulation will create the ability for Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum and maybe other coins to actually start to shift over and go the opposite of the stock market. So what I think you're going to see is, once investors and big institutions trust crypto enough that they're not going to get screwed, they're not going to lose their money to some scam out there, they will start saying, okay, the US economy is going into a recession. The Fed cannot print us out of that recession because inflation is going to remain elevated. So what does that mean? It means the economy is going to get worse and worse. It means earnings for stocks are going to get worse and worse. The stock market is going to head down. Crypto is your shining light, right? Crypto, where you have Bitcoin, which is the digital gold, Ethereum, where there will be continued kind of development on that network. That's going to be the play where money is going to say, okay, I can't make money in stocks. And remember, institutions generally always want to be invested. So if they're not in stocks, or they're getting hurt in stocks, they're going to look for other places to go. So I actually think that you will start to see that emerge in 2023. It may not be huge. Like, there's still going to be a little bit of this kind of, the stock market dropped 5%, crypto's still going to drop. But over time, from 2023, 2024, 2025, you will then start to see it become a safety asset when the stock market does poorly. So I think that's the beauty of it. I actually expect new all-time highs within 5 years on Bitcoin, versus I don't think we see it for 10 to 15 on the stock market.
Wow. Yeah, because I do think a lot of people kind of default to that idea that, if the stock market is not going to do good, and, people aren't investing in the stock market, why would people invest into a risk on asset like Bitcoin? But you're saying you think that crypto is going to become less risk on and more of the safe haven asset.
And Frankie, I mean, let's differentiate, right? There are always going to be coins out there that are just emerging that are going to be super risky, right? But when you look at crypto, like, mainly the ones that'll be less risky, Bitcoin and probably Ethereum, and those ones should emerge. Those will be like the gold and silver of crypto versus penny stocks that could be the other cryptos.
Right. Makes total sense. So you guys heard it here first. When the stock market goes down, you're not going to be able to, just dump your money into the safe haven asset that they call, Doge, Elon, Lambo, Ferrari, Mars. But yeah, I think that's really interesting because, even me, I say, if the stock market pops, in my head, I'm thinking, I don't know who would run to risk on assets, but I love, it is a good point that you just kind of differentiate, Bitcoin and Ethereum, I agree, will kind of just become its own thing, right? Like we're always going to have and it is funny because, I talk to a lot of people about, crypto who may not be in crypto and they're like, yeah, but, crypto's, so risky and stuff. And I'm like, they're not all meme coins, just like penny stocks, right? Like you can invest in like super risky penny stocks that are really volatile with super low market caps. It doesn't make, Apple a meme, a meme stock. But yeah, very, very interesting. I love that you said that. Because I get asked that question all the time. People say, hey, like, what if the stock market doesn't come back? Do you think crypto will take over? And, obviously there's other things that go into it. But that is very, very interesting insight because, like you said, people are going to be looking for somewhere to put their money. And, Bitcoin and Ethereum being that gold and the silver, it does make a lot of sense to me, honestly. Now, we do have some questions here. Let me see. What do we got? All right, let's see. We'll just move on to some questions. Let me pull them up real quick. So I'm going to have inevitably some of my own questions too that I'll add in here. But let's see. We have one question from Shawnee B, and he said, could you explain the significance of an inversion between the 10-year bond rate and the 2-year? I don't.
So that you're talking about the inversion of the yield curve?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So basically when the yield curve inverts, it essentially means that you get more. If you tuck your money away a short period of time, like 2 years, you're going to get a better return than when you tuck your money away for 10 years. And the reason why that's very weird is because anytime you tie up your money, usually investors demand a bigger return for the longer they're tying up their money. So when you get the inversion of the yield curve, what it generally is telling you is that the short-term expectations of inflation are much, much higher versus the long-term expectations. So people, again, are saying, hey, listen, if I'm tucking my money away for 2 years, inflation is going to be 10% a year. I got to make some good money. But over the course of 10 years, inflation will moderate back to, let's say, 2 or 3 or 4%. And so that's why you have that scenario. Now, in general, it's been coordinated. It's a very good indicator of a recession. So you have to kind of be aware of that. I do think that that's what's on our plate here. We are going to see a recession probably in 2023.
All right. So you're saying the worst is not over just yet?
No, not for the economy. Definitely not for the economy.
That's right. Yeah, I would agree with that. And we've been talking about this.
No, let me just throw out one thing too. And just one thing that people have to realize is that the market and investors have gotten very addicted to, like, if anything goes wrong, the Fed runs to the rescue, right? So you go back to 2009 and, the banks were collapsing. The government bailed out the banks. The Fed started quantitative easing. In 2018, the Fed tried to hike rates. The stock market dropped like 20% or 30% in like 6 weeks. And the Fed literally did a one-step reversal and they started lowering rates. And so the market got into this mode of being like, oh, if anything ever goes wrong, the Fed will be there to bail us out. Well, now we're at a point, and the only reason they could do that, by the way, and they did that with COVID too. I mean, and you could argue that you needed it at least in the beginning of COVID, but the reason they could do that is because inflation was 2% or less. The problem is now they're in a scenario where inflation is elevated, which makes it very hard to print money now, because if you're at 4% or 5 or 6 and you print money, now inflation goes back to like 15 or 20%, right? So the market is going to have, at least the stock market and investors are going to have this wake-up call where we're going to see this recession come, and everyone's going to look over to the Fed and say, all right, Fed, we're in a recession. Can you start printing money? And they're going to be like, dude, we can't, we can't do it unless you want 20% inflation, and the markets are going to be like it's going to be like a kid that just got told no for the first time. They're going to be shocked. And I think that's going to be the kicker for the stock market. But ultimately, that'll be a positive thing for something like a Bitcoin, I think.
Yeah, it's like you say this every other time. Why can't you save us this time? And it's
exactly.
It only works for so long. Well, there you go. Who asked that question? Shout out to I don't know who asked that question, but shout out to you. I think that's about as good of an answer as you can possibly get. Now let's see. We do have another one. So this one is I don't know that name. However, do you trade? I think we talked about this briefly last time. And they're basically just asking, do you trade patterns? And if so, do you think it has a high win rate? Do you like trading patterns? Do you think it's not the best strategy? What are your thoughts on that?
No, I'm a technical trader, so I'm always trading patterns. There's three things that I trade off of. It's price, pattern, and time, right? So price would be like if you hit a double bottom, right? That's a price point. That's a double bottom, exact price from a month or two ago, and there's going to be technical support. Pattern would be what we have in Bitcoin right now, which is a nice bull flag. And then the last one is time, and time gets into cycles. But basically what you do is if you study chart candles enough, you'll notice that there's a certain amount of maturity in a pattern that needs to be achieved before the probabilities get high enough for that kind of move to take place. And so it's all three kind of combined, and that's the beauty of it, is that when you combine multiple factors, your percentage win rate will go up. There's no doubt about it. You're never going to get to 100%, right? But you can get to 70, 80%, I think is doable.
All right, so there you go. And it was I Am All Fresh who asked that question. Shout out to you, man. But yeah, we do. We take a look at patterns on this channel as well. I don't trade them exclusively, but hey, they do play out. I mean, bear flags were our best friend on the way down in this bear market. It was
That's true.
Yeah, people were starting to call me like the bear flag YouTuber. Like people would come in my chat and be like, "Let me guess, it's a bear flag," and it was like, "Hey, I mean, they're there and they've been playing out, right?" Like,
yeah.
But yeah, so this is another good one. I like this one. Graysky and Jonathan Schaefer ask, "Hey Gareth, Michael Berry recently tweeted, 'I am not short.' How much weight would you put behind that statement?"
So I'm assuming he was saying he's not short Bitcoin. Is that a good assumption, Frankie?
I believe so.
All
yeah.
right. So I think that from him, considering he's been so negative on the space, that's about as good as we can expect to get. So I'll take that. Absolutely. That's probably a bullish from him.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. When I saw that, I was like, oh dang, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got another one here from Wiley Coyote Wiley Coyote says, for new traders who haven't gone through a recession before, what should we expect and how should we react? That's a great question.
Well, see, and that is a great question. And to be fair, I mean, so many investors came in since the last big recession. I mean, even since COVID, right? So many new investors came into the space, both crypto and in the stock market. And I think the thing you have to be ready for in recessions is recessions and bear markets, they push you to the limit, right? So psychologically, they're going to test you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to be so strong. I'm not going to when the bottom comes, even myself will be like a little nervous. Like it's going to even push me to that point. And that's just what I've experienced in the past is usually I get in trades. Sometimes I get in a little early and it will make me doubt myself before it actually works out. And so you have to be ready for that, which is one of the big things that I always preach is that position size is so important. Like if you overload the boat, you're psychologically not going to be able to handle that pressure. So you have to keep your position size correct for your mentality and your kind of level.
That is great advice. And, I say that as well. Sometimes I always tell people, like, I'm not impervious to emotion either. It's obviously very important to know that you want to separate your emotion from your trading. But I always tell people, like, I'm not impervious to, like, I feel the emotions too. Same exact thing as you were just saying, when you're waiting for that bottom, a lot of times that bottom is scary enough where I'm like, oh God, is this thing dead or what? But when you start looking at that as like, that's my signal to pull the trigger, or, if you're looking to get a nice low entry, it's really like when I start thinking like, okay, this thing might be over, that's kind of, that's when to act.
That's the point.
Counteract those or counter trade your emotions is kind of something that helped me a lot, It's like I feel really scared. I'm like, hey, let me buy. And then, like, if you start to bite that bullet and actually counter trade your emotions, you'll see that although it feels very wrong, it feels like the most wrong thing ever, but it winds up playing out the right way more often than not, at least. We have another really good one from Durwand. He says, I'm actually curious what you think about this as well. Where do you think XRP, we may have talked about this last time, where do you think XRP will go after the SEC lawsuit? And what would happen if XRP wins or if the SEC wins?
Yeah, that's a good question. Wow. So I mean, if XRP wins, it's a win for crypto as a whole, right? So that's number one, is that every coin will jump on the back of that, because it really does clarify what legalities the government can impose. If XRP, I mean, if it were to win, I probably jumps to $2 pretty quickly. I don't know if it'll go above that. I mean, these are such tough questions to answer.
Yeah, it's
on
like
the other side, if it
speculative.
loses, yeah, I mean, if it loses, maybe 20 cents. Again, these are just guesses, though, and it's so hard. Bottom line is, if XRP wins, it's really good for crypto, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And, like you said, super speculative guesses. There's really no way to predict this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of what I would think. The reason why I had, the lawsuit, the reason I still have my XRP bag, and the reason I was still accumulating even when they were in the lawsuit, was just kind of the risk to reward, right? In my eyes, if they lose, guys, not financial advice, but, for me, it's just kind of like the risk to reward. Like, listen, getting in around 30 cents, it's like, if they lose, where's it going to go, right? Like, how much lower can it go? Right. So to me, the upside potential was much better than the downside risk. My concern with that is, if they win in the bear market, everybody was expecting the lawsuit to end like in the bull market, and I'm just like, I feel like if the SEC is going to do anything, they're going to push this into the bear market. If XRP is going to win, the best time for the SEC to do this is in the bear market, suppress the price, I hope. If you had to guess, do you think that it would end before the end of this bear market, or do you think this thing is still going to get dragged on?
I mean, it's taken so long. I don't understand why it's taken so long, frankly. I mean, so I do think that it will end probably in the next 6 months. And the one thing I like what you said about bear market versus bull market. So in bear markets, you sell the rip, right? So let's say the decision's positive and it jumps to $2. You probably take your money off the table and maybe look to rebuy it at $1.30 or $1 on a retrace. In a bull market, what would we do? We'd leave it out there and just watch it continue up. So, you just have to understand the market you're in, and this is a bear market. So, at some point the bearishness would return, and then they'd probably say, think about the narrative, right? They'd say, oh, okay, but then we're still going to see, maybe it's still classified as a security because of this. And then, they'll figure out some way to knock it back down. So that would be my recommendation. Sell on the pop in a bear market versus let it run in a bull.
There you go. That is wonderful advice. I mean, and with I know there's a lot of we talked about this recently on my show. There's a lot of people out there talking about how the Fed's gonna buy back your XRP for $10,000 a coin, and I'm just like, I'm sitting over here. I'm like, listen, if I'm wrong about this, I'll go down in history for being the wrongest person ever. That is never gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's just like,
and so I heard those crazy estimates too, like about crazy price targets, and just keep in mind is that I just don't see XRP ever taking over like the whole SWIFT system or anything like that, because that's government controlled, right? That's like an international thing. And I just can't see the government ever allowing something that's more independent that they don't have control over to take that over. So just keep that in mind, people, is that it would be a stretch to think that would happen.
Yeah, and I agree with that, and also another thing is what's stopping them from making their own thing, right? Like maybe the technology, they have the resources, to do all this. So and I think that I think they definitely know that there's a lot of people holding XRP, and my thing is like if you think they're just gonna go like, hey, let's print a bunch of million and billionaires. Like they're probably going to do,
Yeah.
try to steer away from that if I had to guess. But again, I still hold my XRP, guys. Don't worry. I'm either going to, I do still think it can do well, right? If they win the lawsuit, I think it'll do well. But, $10,000 a coin, is it going to completely take over the SWIFT system? That's a whole nother thing. But I think it still could do good if they win. But buying back your coins at $10,000 a piece, I don't see that happening in the near future.
Yeah.
But we do have one more question before we cut you loose, Garrett. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, so this one, and again, if you don't want to answer any of these questions, feel free to pass on them. But Frankenstein says, what is the most profitable or unprofitable trade in your career? And then, if you don't want to talk about the actual dollar amounts, you could just talk about how you responded to those individual things. Like, were you going crazy over the win? Were you depressed over the loss? How did you kind of handle it?
Yeah, so definitely the ones I remember are the losses, right? And so I still remember vividly early in my career, I had gotten my day trading account. And this was stocks. This was pre Bitcoin, but I had gotten my account up to about $100,000, and I was day trading. And one day, the stock was collapsing. I was like, okay, I'm going to start buying it here. And I made the classic mistake of going too heavy, and it kept falling. And so my reaction was, let me dollar cost average in more and more and more. And you get 4 times leverage in day trading. And before you knew it, I had maxed it all out. And that day I lost $70,000 of my $100,000. And it was one of those scenarios where it was almost surreal. Like I was almost in a haze, like getting up at the end of the day. I had to close out and everything like that. And I had to kind of just refocus. And this is where the mentality of a trader, number one, you have to learn from your mistakes. Like I went way too heavy. I didn't make that mistake again, but I had to think to myself, and I just say, okay, listen, do I still have a roof over my head? Do I still have my health? And can I still feed myself? And the answer was yes, yes, yes. And then I kind of rationalized it, and I said, okay, let me learn from this and let me go back to work and start building up my account again. And that's what I did. But it was one of those days where it was I still remember to this day, it was not a fun day. But I think almost every trader goes through something like that. And unfortunately, I went through other scenarios. I didn't lose quite as much, but for me, I had to learn lessons 5 times before I really learned them. And unfortunately, it cost me a lot of money to do that. Yeah.
Well, that's a great story, and it's a good testament to people's the statistic is what 99% of day traders lose money, and I always tell people I think the statistic is 98% of traders either lose money or fail, and I like to say it's probably more realistic to describe that statistic as 98 to 99% of traders quit. Because at first they do lose, most of them do lose money, but the thing for me at least is you have to lose and lose and lose, and then just the real key is not giving up. And like you said, the biggest key is learning from your mistakes and not just continuing on, keep continuing to make those same mistakes. So I think a lot of traders, they make that big mistake in the beginning, they take a hard hit, and they just kind of dropped it. Like, this is not for me. I just got wrecked. This is a scam. This is gambling. I thought I was right.
Right.
And they quit. But it takes a lot of perseverance to really push ahead. And like you said, I think I'm the same way. I always tell people, sometimes when I talk about risk management, set your stop losses, don't use high leverage. Sometimes people have to touch the hot stove. And I'm definitely one of those people. I got to touch the stove, like you said, 4 or 5 times. I got to burn myself. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. But I think when it comes to trading, people I'm sure, if you interview 100 traders, you're probably going to find a lot of people that that need to touch the hot stove to learn. So it's about turning.
Yeah, you do. And again, no, I was just going to say, it's such an important thing is so number one, education is key, right? I wish I had more education when I started, because it probably would have saved me hundreds of thousands of dollars in losses. And then the second thing is just, you got to really learn. So it's not just one thing to say, oh, I did that wrong. I really encourage people that want to be traders, have a trading journal, write down your trades, and the most important thing is your losers, right? What did you do wrong? Did you read the chart wrong? Did you not listen to your position sizing? And then the beautiful thing about it is, at the end of the week, you go over it. At the end of the month, you go over all your trades. And by looking at it repetitively, it'll start to sink in a lot faster. And that's finally one of the things that I put into effect back in my early years, where it started to really help me see my flaws as a trader and start to kind of get a handle on it.
Yeah, and I think we might have talked about this last time because a trading journal is amazing. I actually should get back to that just because it's nice to know, like, even when you're profitable, just know, like, hey, like these 7 trades that I lost were all off the same strategy, like, but these 5 wins are all off the other strategy. So maybe I should stick to that strategy. But there is there's like these crazy like softwares you can buy. You can sign up for this website, and you can log all your trades. Some of them you could even hook up your exchange to it through an API, and it actually charts your performance, and you can tag things, and it makes it super interactive. They're a little pricey in my opinion, but there's tons of tools. But for me, I used to use a spreadsheet. Google spreadsheet, that's free. But real quick before we let you go, what about your win? How did you react to like either your biggest win or when you really started to like realize like, hey, I'm getting the hang of this. Like, I think I know what I'm doing now. I'm starting to make some money.
Yeah, so I mean, biggest win is hard to remember. I mean, interestingly enough, some of my biggest wins came from ones that I was down on and just got lucky on. I've been as a trader, I don't always try to hit home runs, right? So one of the key things is when you try to hit home runs, you strike out. So and a good baseball analogy there, but the idea is singles and doubles will make you a millionaire, and when you swing for the fences, you end up striking out. So always go for the small hits, and so I've been doing that for a long time, where it's just consistent, like decent winners. Do stocks and crypto run way past where I sell them? Absolutely. And you have to become at peace with that, right? You have to get to that point where you're like, listen, I'm not going to sell at the highs. I'm usually not going to buy at the exact lows. You want to just get close and be okay with that. In terms of getting to that point, I mean, it took me a while, but when I started looking back at like 6 months, and it was at that point where I was like, oh my goodness, my account is now up 40% or whatever it is consistently over 6 months. And if you look individual weeks, it was generally positive, out of, I don't know, 24 weeks, it was up 20 or 21 times out of those weeks. It really starts to get exciting because you start to get, number one, you start to feel like you're actually succeeding, which in trading is so hard to do. The one thing I will always remind people of is that real traders are never cocky. And like sometimes you'll see influencers online that are crazy cocky. They're showing their Lambos and like all this stuff. And the bottom line is, it's like real traders, every time you get cocky, the market will punish you. It will crush you. Even to this day, I get like, I'll start to be like, oh, I've had 10 winners in a row. And like, I guarantee you the market will smack me around that next time. So it just goes to show you the market keeps you humble. As soon as you think you're better than the market, it will remind you you're not.
Absolutely. I mean, that's some of the best advice I think you could give. I agree. Actually, 2 things that you said there. Do your trades sometimes run past where you get out of them? Absolutely. That's something I had to come to terms with, because something I struggled with a lot when I first started trading was holding the trades too long. I'd be in a short, hold it all the way down, squeeze a couple extra more bucks out of this one, and then it starts to reverse. Oh, it'll go back down. It'll go back down. Oh God, I'm at break even. Should I get out? No, it'll go back down. Now I'm in the red. I can't, and then, I could already feel a lot of people in the chat like that. Everyone knows what that's like. And then you get a couple winners and you're like, I'm a genius. And like you said, that's when the market comes and smacks you right upside the head. But Gareth, thank you so much for coming on, man, and blessing us with your endless knowledge. I know the Candle Mafia appreciates it. So before we let you go, I'm going to give you the stage. Let everybody know where they can find you. And chill yourself, my friend.
Sure. Thank you so much, man. So Twitter at Gareth Soloway, easiest place to find me. I usually post a few times a day, some interesting tidbits. And then if you're interested in crypto, verifiedinvestingcrypto.com is my site. And I give out trade signals. In fact, I just picked up some Matic, some Polygon on a nice bullish pattern, try to catch a little lightning in the bottle on a swing trade there. So that's at verifiedinvestingcrypto.com.
Boom. You guys heard it here. Gareth, thank you so much again for having me on. Thanks so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of your night, man. We will see you very, very soon, my friend.
Thank you so much, Frankie. Take care.
Of course. Take it easy. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. We are always, anytime we get Gareth on the channel, guys, it is a blessing. He's got so much knowledge. He has so much experience, so much time in the market. And that's just, skills and knowledge that you cannot make up. So super, super happy to have him on, guys. Smash that like button if you like Gareth Soloway. If you hate me, and at least like Gareth, smash that like button for Gareth. We got 300 likes. What do we got? How many people we got in here? We got 978 people, guys. We're going for 650 likes. We also hit 10K on Twitter today, guys. So if we hit 600 likes on tonight's stream, between that and the 10K on Twitter, we'll do a pretty cool giveaway. Maybe we'll give away some of these fire brand new Frankie Candles hats. And with that being said, guys, before we jump back into the charts to take our own look at, maybe we'll check out Matic and what was the other one he called out? Because, guys, Gareth does make fire calls. So we'll take a look at Matic and see if we can see what he's seeing. And then, yeah, I don't remember what the other, I forget what the other coin was, Matic and something else. Someone else will know. But yeah. We'll go check those out. But, guys, we also have some new Frankie Candles merch that is going to be super, super fire. They're rough designs, but I may tease them today because it's going to be super, super cool. But, guys, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed Gareth Soloway. Yeah, how could you not like Gareth? Guys, I'll say this too. Like, Gareth's one of those people that, like, you guys can probably sense it. Like, he talks on the stream, right? Like, that's who you get on the other side of the camera, too. Like, before we go live, that is what Gareth is like off camera. Like, he is one of the most genuine people I have ever seen. And, yes, Audie Trade says Bitcoin is pumping. So let's go ahead and jump right into those charts and see if we can figure out what is going on with this dang Bitcoin. So here we are, guys. Let's go ahead and let me delete these. Let me delete this. Let's see. Let me pull up this other chart here. Show me a Frankie Candles mug. Shout out to Jiren. Yeah, maybe we could easily make we can get a mug going. But yeah, so you guys can have it on when you're drinking that Aztecian cactus moss water in your Frankie Candles mug. Maybe we'll put a little bing bong on that thing. Let's go. Shout out to you guys. Unforgettable name in the chat. BTC at an all-time high of the day. Let's go. Shout out to unforgettable name. Keeping things exciting. But let's go ahead and okay. Anyway, moving on here, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look. Bitcoin coming in at $17,095. I'm going to break down to you guys what I think is coming here in the near future. As you guys know, we are leaning a bit bullish because of those higher daily time frames, as well as that bullish divergence on the weekly time frame. You can see they are calling it on the BitLabs Market Intelligence Indicator, and you could just see here, guys, we've got the momentum waves coming to the upside. That was pretty horribly drawn. There you go. You have your higher lows on your momentum waves with your lower lows on your price. Go ahead and stretch that out. Oh, this is Ethereum. What are we doing? Well, I mean, we do have an OBV and a relative extrema bull div. I think it's a hidden bull div there. But let's go over to Bitcoin. That is Ethereum. But there you go, guys. We've been talking about this for quite a while. This is, not new news here. Bullish divergence on the weekly time frame will confirm in about 5 days. If that does confirm, I do think this is what we need to finally get this move to the upside we've been expecting. However, I am potentially looking for a small cool-off before the next big leg up, and we're going to dive deeper into that in just a second. Let me just kind of get a gauge on how much time we have left here. Okay, we're in about an hour in. Okay. So taking a look here, guys, weekly bullish divergence on the weekly bullish divergence on the weekly. But we also obviously have these printing on all these higher daily time frames. 6-day printing that bull div, 5-day printing the bull div, 4-day confirmed bull div, and you also have a histogram RSI and MFI bull div, so you do have multiple indicators calling for a bull div right here, and then that 3-day is confirmed and that 2-day is confirmed as well. However, we do look like we are starting to cool off here with the 2 and 3-day as well as the daily. So where are we going here, guys? I don't know where I lost my cactus moss water, guys, but moving on here, I do think that we could potentially cool off just a little bit before we make this next move to the upside. I do see, you guys saw the title, 2 most likely scenarios. Let's go ahead and kind of go over what I think these are. So let's dig in here. Looking at the 4-hour, guys, this is kind of what I've been waiting for. Let me turn this off to clean things up a bit. So this is kind of what I've been waiting for to see if we're going to get another little pump up to the upside, right? This 4-hour green dot, we do have a little bit of a trigger wave here, and with money flow coming back up on that 4-hour, right? So once we print this green dot, I think I was talking about this yesterday as well. This 4-hour green dot is likely going to be where we actually see this pump up, and we are not printing it yet, but it is probably going to print here very, very soon in the next 20 minutes. 3-hour green dot is printing as we start to get to this move to the upside. Your 2-hour is printing that green dot as well, and your 1-hour is starting to creep up. And did we get a bull div here? Not quite a bullish divergence here on either regular or Heikin-Ashi candles. But we are getting that money flow to creep back to the upside on that 1-hour time frame. Hopefully, we get a crossover into the green. And there you go. Money flow on that 2-hour also picking up pretty well here, actually. Yeah, that money flow coming up very nicely. But this is kind of what I am thinking, guys. If we do not, that daily, so the daily red dot is kind of where I am looking for another area of, or another cool off area. I don't know, area is not the right word, but that is, we're either going to see something like this happen, in my opinion. We could get that one last little pump off this 4-hour bull div, but that daily is still coming to turn around here, is looking to print that red dot. So if we do get another move to the upside, I would look to potentially get a move up to that local 786 fib level, where we could potentially get that harsh rejection back to the downside. And this is if we get that short-term pump, right? It would be, in my opinion, could be a short-term pump up. Look for a rejection at that 786 fib level, and then hopefully, guys, I would love to get a pullback to this POC coming in at about $16,550. If we come back down to that level, I will be looking to add to my long. Now, the one thing is, if we get a move to the 786 and we start breaking the 786 and we can get above this level decisively, we will be breaking into that extremely, extremely low volume gap. Let's pull it up here with the visible range volume profile, and we zoom out a little bit here. You can see that once we, let me just resize this. Once we break out of that 786, let me clear this up so you guys can see a little better. Once we break the 786, we will be pretty deep into this low pocket, this low volume gap here, and could create that quick move all the way up to that macro point of control coming in at about $19,163. These are levels we've been looking at for quite some time. So that's the thing, right? If we somehow pop into this low volume gap past that 786, things could get moving pretty quickly. The only thing is that, that daily VWAP would have to get some pretty strong support and get a pretty massive bounce, or maybe even a VWAP flip for that to come up all the way to these levels, or higher targets, without coming to cool off. Now, that is a possibility, right? But the first level I would look for that harsh rejection would be, if not the top of this blue box at 17,224, you may get rejected at the highs here at 17,380. And if you make it to that 786, you will probably see a decent rejection there as well. And then again, if by some miracle we can get above this and, just absolutely rip through it, that daily would have to get some serious support with that VWAP on the 0 line. However, something I would rather see here so I can add to my long position is, we were looking at this potential bear pennant. As you can see, I would actually even maybe pull it from here. This bear pennant could potentially break us down. Potentially, I mean, this could be invalidated. We may fake out and then break down. But this was looking to break us down right to that POC, which is kind of what I would have hoped for, because I would love to come down, revisit this POC, add to my long before getting a move to the upside. But as I was saying in the Discord, I think it was the premium Discord, this is a scenario that we could potentially come back down here. I'd add to my long before coming up, but there are no guarantees that we get down there. The scenario number one is potentially we could get a rejection back down to the POC. where I would look to add to that long. As long as we don't break this point of control, guys, I will be looking to add to my long. Once we break that POC, it's going to be very likely that we will come back down to the lows of our range, or at least continue a little bit further down here. But once we decisively break this POC, we will be looking to make a move down to our value area low at about $16,000. And at that point, the thoughts of the daily bull divs would probably be diminishing, as we start to approach these lows here. So hopefully if we do get a move to the downside, we do get to stick to that POC. But again, another move to the upside is not impossible with that 4-hour red dot. 15-minute money flow is back in the green here, so we may continue up here a little bit. But we have been seeing a lot of VWAP flops here, guys. This one does look very strong, but you can see this 2-hour printed that green dot before immediately reversing and printing that red dot. So with the daily red dot looking to print and that 2-day starting to look like it wants to cool off as well, I would look for a potential further cool off. You could see that 16-hour trying to round back up. So again, no guarantees that we get that move back down to that POC. So the level to watch here is going to be that 786 fib level. Likely resistance. If we break there, it might be party time for Bitcoin, guys, in which case I'll have to bite the bullet and hold my very, very small Bitcoin long, hoping and wishing that it was a bigger position. But, hey, some green for Bitcoin would be good. But again, not quite convinced that we're going to get that massive, I'm not convinced that this 4-hour green dot is going to be the thing that brings us through this volume gap. I do think there's a chance that we could just get another little pump up before cooling off a little bit and then hopefully revisiting that point of control. But obviously, you guys will be 100% updated and kept up to date on all of this stuff on the streams. Satoshi is an alien. Shout out to Finding UFOs. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for being here. 100x mode, Caroline special incoming, no stop loss, of course. Hee. Shout out to J-Lo, one of our most famous CandleMafia, and I almost said CandleMafia employees, CandleMafia members. But yeah, guys, let's see. Can we look at Luna Classic? Yeah, we could try. Shout out to Alpha TA. Let's see. Short 17-1 with a tight stop loss. Yeah, let's see. 17-1. Yeah, you will be somewhere in this blue box. Actually, the bottom of this local golden pocket does come in around $17,100. Again, I mean, this is another level to look at, right? We do have the this local golden pocket, which is within this box. I will go ahead and put these lines here so we can actually see where it is. Boom, right? So maybe we do come up. Right? Not impossible to come up and test that local golden pocket before getting rejected at 17-1. That would be very nice. And then hopefully we can revisit that POC. But just understand, guys, just because I want it to go to the POC does not mean it will. But, that would be very nice. But that's the levels I'm looking at for the most part, guys, and kind of what I'm expecting for Bitcoin. Again, nothing's really changed since last night's stream. We were looking at this VWAP, and I was letting you guys know this green dot on the 4-hour is likely where we'll get our next move up. And then depending on how high that takes us will depend on our, our trading plans going forward. But long story short, guys, with the way the higher time frames look, I'm definitely leaning bullish. As we have for a while now. We've been leaning a bit bullish here with those higher daily bull divs before they were even printing, and now they're printing, and some of them are even confirmed. So maybe we get a little bit more noise on those lower time frames, but eventually I do think we're going to get a decent move up here in, I would say, the medium term, right? Again, that 4-hour green dot, maybe a short-term pump. I don't even know if we'll make it all the way up to the 786, but we get a short-term pump, hopefully, before cooling off. And yeah, I will hold my long, and I am not adding to it unless we come down here. Otherwise, if we break out, I'm going to hold that smaller trade. And like Gareth was just saying, it's all about hitting multiple doubles and singles. Those will make you a millionaire. Those grand slams and those home runs will make you strike out. But those are the levels I'm watching, kind of what I'm expecting out of Bitcoin. So again, that 4-hour green dot is not even printing yet. We do have that trigger wave and money flow coming up, so I do think that will bring us up in the short term. But as long as we get held back by that 786, I am not expecting a big breakout. But if we hop on top of that level and we start pushing through, things could get moving very quickly. And then just to bring up, guys, another reason why it may make a little bit of sense to cool off before we get that next big move up. Again, 4-hour green dot can definitely give us a pump, but I'm talking next big leg up through, hopefully getting all the way up to that macro point of control in 19,150. Another reason why it would kind of make sense to come down and revisit these lows or this POC is if we go ahead and come to our indicators, turn off Market Cipher A, and we turn on our Lux Algo price action concepts. You can see, guys, we do have some fair value gaps down here. This big green fair value gap right here, it would be nice to come back down, fill that gap, and then continue to the upside, also maintaining bullish market structure. That would be a nice. That's kind of what I would hope to look for. But guys, the market doesn't care what I want. It does whatever the heck it wants. So, but that is basically what I would like to see. And again, it's not just like it is possible to get down there. I'm not just saying I want to go down there. That's why I'm expecting it. We have that fair value gap. We have that also that bear pennant, although we are pumping right now, so maybe that's getting invalidated as we speak. But that bear pennant technical breakout was right to that POC. So there were many things that I was looking at that could bring us down here. It also brings us right to this local value area low. So still watching this, and I will still be hoping for a pullback here until we get above that, until we get above this blue box and hold this blue box as support. But yeah, that's basically what we're looking at. And you guys can see here, we're getting bullish change of character on the 15, 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily time frames. So yeah, we'll have to see where this plays out to. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the DXY, guys. Turn off some of these indicators. Boom, boom, boom. So here we go. Yeah, DXY. We were looking at this today. Looking for some resistance at this level. If we can get rejected here, that would, if we get rejected here, that would be, support a move to the upside for Bitcoin. However, guys, if we look at this daily bull div on the DXY, right? Daily bull div. This is, when was the last time we had a daily bull div on the DXY? Was probably, that actually didn't give us much. It was right here. Higher lows with our lower lows and a little pop up here in price, or not price, but a little pop up there in value. So yeah, this is a little bit of a bigger bull div here. And I know a lot of people say you can't have a bull div on the DXY, but they play out, guys. I think it's something with TA, guys. There's a lot of people that like to come out there and be like, well, technically, that's not how you're supposed to do it. The technical way to do it is this way. And although they may be right, if it works, it works, right? Like people say bull divs don't work out on the DXY. I've seen them play out time and time again. So until they stop working, that's when I'll stop taking them into account. But I mean, you could see right here, this is a perfect example, right? Perfect example of a bull div. You have your higher highs right here into resistance, your lower highs here on your momentum waves, money flow coming out, come right down. So, that's pretty textbook bear div right there. But anyway, bull div on the daily, this is something to watch. This could potentially give us if we break this resistance, I would be looking to come up a little bit higher on the DXY, which could potentially bring us down to that POC on Bitcoin. Fingers crossed. Bitcoin coming in 17,083. But yeah, let's go ahead. That is the DXY, guys. Again, that daily bull div is the thing to watch. Taking a look at that SPY, taking a little bit of a spill. As we have been looking at these bear divs just continuing to form, just higher high after higher high after higher high after higher high. Money flow coming out on the daily, getting a little spill down here. Looking at, still key level of support is going to be between 386 and about 390. That is going to be your key level of support. And then, daily red dot confirmed. Money flow coming out, actually not looking the best. 2-day red dot is printing. And that 3-day red dot is looking to print as well. So let's go ahead and say, always shouting. Shout out to Anonymous. That is right. I am always yelling at the top of my lungs. Or are you talking about somebody in chat using caps? Let's see. Let's see. Dave Digital's favorite combination of words. Let's and see. Those change of character indicators don't. Shout out to Anonymous. Let's see. Congrats on 10K followers on Twitter, Frankie. Shout out to Cobra Kai. I appreciate you, man. Glad I didn't miss the stream. I had a school function on. Let's go. Shout out to Nomad Dad. Tyler Johnson says, dude, I want that hat. Speaking of merch, guys. Oh, should I tease it? Let's see. All right, maybe I'll tease it here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I'll tease it a little bit. Now, these are not final designs, guys, but we will be adding these hats. Actually, shout out to Tyler. We are going to be giving away some of these hats this week on the live stream on Friday for 10K followers on Twitter. So we will give away maybe a hat or two for that, as well as our typical crypto giveaways. Guys, we are the crypto giveaway channel. We give away, we give away as much as possible. You guys know, I literally, give you everything I possibly can out of my own pocket, out of the Frankie Candles pocket. We try to give away as much stuff as I can. And as this channel grows, guys, the giveaways are only going to get crazier and crazier. Let's see. What's good, Candle fam and mods? What's up, Crypto DGen? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, bro. Let's go ahead and let's see if I can tease a little bit of this merch. Again, not 100% final on these, designs, but guys, they are pretty sweet. Let me go ahead and I'll just tease one of the new hats. Let's see. And this is actually this is definitely not a final design. There is actually something much different about this. There it is, guys. Take a look at that. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit. Let's see. Bada boom. Guys, we got the purple and the blue candles to match the candles on to match the channel branding. We got the blue and the purple candles. If you know, you know. And then the only thing I changed, let me know what you guys think about this. CandleMafia, all white or blue and white? I tend to like all white. But let me know. We're keeping the candles blue and purple. But let me know if you guys want all white CandleMafia or you like the white and blue CandleMafia. But yeah, this is just one of the small pieces of merch. And guys, this is just the beginning. I see like there's a whole list of other merch things here that I want to show so bad. But they're not finalized. This isn't even finalized. This is going to change too. But guys, messing around with some really cool merch ideas. This is just the beginning. This is just like the starter merch, so we can get stuff in the store that is that anyone can wear, right? I'm totally aware that not everybody wants to wear the name Frankie Candles on their shirt, so we want to go a little more minimal and more just trading focused. And we will still always have the Frankie Candles merch, and we will still add to that. But we just kind of want to make something more basic, something that someone who trades stocks might not even know who I am. Maybe they can wear it too. But yeah, shout out to the new merch, guys. Let's see. White and blue. Okay, you like white and blue, blue and white, purple and blue. That's not a bad idea either, Monkey Uncle. All white. Okay. Love the blue and white. Okay. All right, hang on. We're going to take a poll, guys. We're going to take a dang poll on this because that's pretty close. Let's see. What hat do you like better? And you guys know what I'm talking about. The CandleMafia. Blue and white CandleMafia or all white CandleMafia, or we'll add another option, purple and blue CandleMafia. Let me know in the chat, guys, on that poll. That will definitely help us make some decisions here. But let's go ahead and jump right back into the charts, guys. Continuing on here, we looked at the DXY. We took a look at the SPY. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. Let's see. Who doesn't want Frankie Candles on their shirt? Shout out to Crypto Anon. Hey, we will still have the Frankie Candle shirts. Don't you worry. We're still going to add new designs to that as well. But we did just want to add a little bit. We did just want to add some things that were a little more basic for someone who might be a little more minimal. Shout out to Crypto Anon. We'll have to send you some more Frankie Candle shirts. Purple and blue would match the candles. Yeah, that is true. Let's see. Where do I buy merch? You can go to frankiecandles.com to get the merch. We already do. That stuff is not in the store quite yet. It will be very, very soon. That's like we're just finalizing things, and it'll be up in the store. And we will let you know as soon as that is available. But we do still have all our merch on the store if you want to check it out. And then again, these hats we will be giving away at the end of the week, and we will also be adding these to the merch store as well. I love this hat. It's very high quality hat as well. It's a Richardson hat. It's not like some no-name hat. This is like an actual brand name hat with a real leather patch. It smells like real leather. It is real leather with a laser-etched just logo on there. I love this hat. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. She designed this one. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and, hey, Artie Wolf in the chat. What's going on, brother? Let's take a look at Ethereum. Now, as you guys know, we looked at this yesterday. These are kind of the levels we were looking at. Come down to a lower time frame and see what we got going on. Nice little pop up here for Ethereum as we hold support above this line at about 1250. And yeah, coming in right now at about $1,271. Where could we expect some resistance here? Let's go ahead and pull our local golden pocket. Coming up against that 0.5 level here. Finding a little bit of resistance. 15-minute looking to print that red dot, but that money flow, though, that money flow do be looking good. Looking at that 4-hour green dot is printing as well. Looking at this local golden pocket for a nice level of resistance here, coming in at about $1,280. I would be looking for a strong rejection off of this level and may even push up to about almost $1,300, about $1,291 up to that 786 fib level. And I'm going to go ahead and pull some local volume here as well. Let's go ahead and pull it from here to here. Bada boom, bada bing. Hide that fib. And there you go, right? We do also have our... we do also have a value area high at this level as well. So definitely going to be some strong resistance between the golden pocket and the 786. Would be a nice place for a little bit of a rejection. And then, yeah, and if we break this 0.5, we're probably gonna get that move up to about 1285 on Ethereum. And as you actually put this in the free Discord, where is it? Where is it? Where was it? Yeah, there you go. Or was it the 15-minute that we were looking at? I think it was a 15-minute. You did get some bull divs here. You did get some bull divs here on the 15-minute. Boom. Higher, lower lows coming in with your higher lows. Bada boom, bada bing. Right there. Gave you that nice little pop to the upside. Again, there's your levels of rejection. Also, take note of that volume gap here. Could bring you up to that local golden pocket / value area high pretty quickly, even potentially to that 786. So there's Ethereum, guys. Money flow also on the 15-minute. Again, looking pretty good. Let's see. I'd like a busy shirt capturing the Mafia spirit, calves, candles, degen clowns, and bonus otter and a bonus otter or two. Maybe throw in the the LFG. Shout out to Nomad Dad. Hey, maybe we'll do that. We'll just put all the CandleMafia emojis on a shirt, encompassing the spirit of the CandleMafia. Let's see. Request for Doge if nobody has already asked for it. All right, let's get it. Let's go ahead. Frankie Candles, Magic the Gathering card. Oh, hey, shout out to BJ and DZ. Big Magic the Gathering guys. Maybe we can get that going. A little Frankie Candles, CandleMafia, Magic the Gathering NFTs? Who knows? Let's see. Dad hat, yuck. Shout out to Grass Monkey. I'm a big dad hat guy. I used to never be a dad hat guy. I used to hate dad hats. Now I'm a big dad hat guy. I don't know why. Let's see. Maybe I'm just getting old. Let's see. Crypto420 says, "Damn, Daniel. La with the leather patch." Shout out to you, bro. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these Frankie Candle stickers. Oh, yeah, stickers. Frankie, thanks for your TA earlier on the Bit Squad channel. Made some profits and still clocking. Crypto Degen, let's go, guys. We're spitting the sauce on the 5:45 p.m. live stream, Frankie Candle's YouTube channel. We spit the sauce on the morning stream on BitBoy Crypto, and we also spit the sauce on the free Discord. And then if you want some of that special sauce, some of that secret sauce, you can get in that premium Discord, guys. But with all that being said, let's see. Oh, God, guys. Okay, boom. Purple and blue CandleMafia wins. Okay, interesting. We could probably do both. Can I wear my Frankie Candles merch on my videos? Absolutely. You can. Absolutely. You can wear your Frankie Candles merch wherever you want to. Let's see. I can't wait for these hats. Let's go. Shout out to you, man. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these altcoins. Frankie going to be a dad? LFG. Did I hear that right? Crypto Billy? No, not quite yet. Let's not rush things. But maybe one day we'll have a little candeliti, a little that's a candle, baby candle, guys. I don't know if you know that. Little candelabra is a grown candle holder, and a candelini is a little candle holder. It's like a little tea candle holder. Yeah, you guys are crazy. Crypto Sauce says, which bits would channel? Not 100% sure I understand that question, my friend. I apologize. If you could reword it, I'll try to get it. Taking a look at Matic, as we do know, Gareth was calling for, was saying that, Gareth said he bought some Matic on spot. Looking for a catch lightning in a bottle here. It does look like he may have done that. But yeah, let's go ahead and see if we could see what he was seeing to see what he sees. All right, let's see. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Taking a look at the daily. Daily VWAP still working to the downside here. May get some support on that zero line, though. 12-hour. VWAP coming back to the upside. Looking to print that green dot. Gravy Baby says, show ape again. Your verse is in the Discord. Yes. I will. Shout out to Gravy Baby. I will read that verse real quick. I read it, dude. I was cracking up. But here we go. Somewhat of a bull pennant. Is TradingView going to call this a bull pennant? Let's see. Bullish pennant chart pattern. Maybe on a lower time frame. There it is. Little in a bullish pennant here, in a bull pennant. Here we go. Let's see if we can get a measured move out of this thing. Bada boom, bada bing. Boom. Boom. I mean, depending on where this would break out, could be moving back up to these highs here. Is this a significant level here? Let's pull some volume. Let's pull a greater bit of volume. Interesting. Let's pull up the VPVR real quick. Pull up that VPVR, visible range volume profile. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. Maybe we can get a... All right. No. Maybe there's a local golden pocket there. Potentially. From the high to the low. Zoom in a little bit. Let's see. I mean, you got to bring you to that local golden. That would be nice. Depending on where the breakout happens. But yeah, definitely looking like a bull pennant there. In my opinion, that may be what Gareth is picking up on. I don't remember exactly if he said he saw something specific he was looking at. But we are testing this local POC, sitting right here at about 92 cents. Looking to come up and test that potentially. I don't know if I would call this a bull pennant, in my opinion. I don't know. It's kind of funky looking. But hey, the charts are messy, guys. Hey, Frankie, can you look at TEL USDT? It's been on a run. I'm looking to see where might think the run is over. NW, throw it in there when we get a put it in there. The mods will add it. But there you go, guys. We are testing this point of control. See if we can hop above it. Looking at the 2-hour. Money flow coming back up on the 2-hour. Ooh, baby. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. If we could break that POC, I would say that the next likely stop would be that value area high at about 94 cents. And then if we can break out of these levels, guys, this blue box, not even. I would say this 382 level right here at about 97 cents is the level to watch, because if we get above there, things might get interesting. Next level would be about $1.03, and then potentially coming up to about $1.10, and even potentially $1.20. Maybe even come up here and test this blue box up here at about $1.30. Come visit those levels again. Would it be pretty nice? Let's go ahead. See, thanks, Rob, Frankie, and smash that like button, guys. Yeah, guys, we're going for 600 likes. Smash that like button, because every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on that wheel of pain and pleasure. And every spin, there are multiple chances to win some free crypto. And we will be giving away some of these hats. We're going to be doing a big giveaway, guys. We hit 10K on Twitter. Let's go. So smash up that like button. 600 likes is what we are looking for. I am dying to catch a Matic rip. Hey, it looks like it might be loading right now. Yeah, Dave Digital trying to trick me saying I'm muted. Ha! I got you back, Dave Digital. I got you back. I got you back. He did. You low-key did trick me for a second, but I looked over and I saw it was working. Shout out to you guys. You guys are too much. But yeah, continuing on here, guys, there's some levels to watch on Matic. If we do break out, those are going to be some nice levels to watch for a nice little rejection. Stop playing. Shout out to Drew Z88. Mute King is back. Let's go. Dave muted him. Guys, this is too much. This is too much. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some more of these altcoins. Not a great poker face, Frankie. Touche. Okay, moving on here. Let's take a look at Litecoin, LTC here. A little bit of LTC. There we go. So here we go. This is interesting, right? This is interesting. So Litecoin coming up to some interesting resistance. As you guys know, we did draw these lines quite a while ago, but we are now starting to put in some bearish divergence into these levels here. Let's see. Let's continue. Let's take a look at the weekly, actually. Yeah, weekly VWAP starting to cool off. 6-day looking to cool off. 4-day. Looking to I mean, I will say this. Money flow doesn't look too bad. But that VWAP on the 4-day is coming down. 3-day red dot is coming down. Our 3-day red dot is printing. 2-day red dot. That 2-day just came up, back down. And then that daily is now printing that red dot. So we may reject this level. But you can see this last bull div gave us a little red candle here. Let's see if this daily bull div into this resistance can do something for us. 16-hour red dot confirmed. 12-hour red dot confirmed as well. Money flow generally flowing to the outside, to the downside, as you can see. Let's see. 8-hour. Yeah, your 4-hour, again, the next likely area to see a pop to the upside. I am watching these 4-hour green dots to expect the next move to the upside. But you can see here, 2-hour green dot on Litecoin, giving us a pop. And not as much of a pop as Bitcoin. Money flow coming back into the green, but this is already looking like it may want to roll back over. 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour looking to potentially cool off here as well. But maybe a short-term continued pump up here a little bit. But those higher time frames do look a little overheated in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, yeah, no bull div here, but you did get a little bit of snake eyes. Yeah, a little bull div here on your 24-minute. So again, short-term pump, not unlikely here. But again, those higher time frames are looking like they may want to cool off. That local golden pocket at about $82. 82.14 may be a good place to cool off, or even this value area high to keep this little downtrend going. Reject off that value area high right here for a potential rejection. So short term, I would be looking for this to potentially continue to the upside. But again, those higher time frames are looking to cool off. And it's not just the red dots, guys. It is the money flow coming out as well. So there you go. And then let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Here we go. A little bit. That is going to be a $72 even is going to be a decent level of support to watch. See if we can find some confluence. Let's see. Whoops. No confluence. But yeah, these are the levels. I mean, we could draw this as a box. This is a level that I would watch if we get a move to the downside. But yeah, that's there's Litecoin. Again, higher time frames looking a little bit more like they want to cool off. But yeah, I mean, you did get that bull div. I mean, this would be a nice bottom, right? That bull div. But yeah, I would look for a potential cool off on Litecoin before, little short-term pump to the upside before a medium-term cool off. And then potentially maybe we could get something like this. This would be nice. Nice little bounce here before continuing higher. And then those higher daily time frames as far as momentum and such. The bull divs are not there like they are on Bitcoin, if I'm being honest. Yeah, you get the higher momentum waves, but you're not really getting those lower lows. But we'll have to see what happens there. But yeah, there you go. There's Litecoin with some levels to watch, as well as kind of what we're expecting here in the short term and the medium term. Let's see. Hey, shout out to Fat Moonbags. What is going on? I like that name, bro. He says, so perp chart is good for leverage trading. Yeah, I mean, if you are looking at, it depends. If you're trading your futures, on, to be 100% honest, guys, there's not too much of a difference between the exchanges. They do vary slightly, but for the most part, typically, you know, if I'm trading on... depending on where you're trading, if you wanted to like really, you know, make sure you're looking at the right thing here. If you're trading Binance futures, maybe you want to look at and you're trading Litecoin futures on Binance, you might want to look at that actual chart. But again, there's not too much of a difference. Let's see. We never had Litecoin on radar until it was understood how it makes it exempt of being classified as a security by the SEC. Yes, shout out to Cobra Kai. Thank you for being here, man. Chusei Crypto in the house. What is going on, Chusei? Thank you for being here. Bada boom, bada bing, bing bong. Let's go. Shout out to Asher, dude. Frankie, you could do a month giveaway to your premium Discord as one of the options. Yeah, Crypto Sauce. Yeah, we'll talk about that. As you guys know, we do have the premium Discord now, and it's just another thing that we may be able to give away from time to time here and there. I don't know. Shout out to Clicker101 says near playing Catch Me If You Can, in my opinion. Thoughts? Let's take a look at Near. Thank you for that super chat, Clicker. I appreciate you, my man. Let's take a look at the KuCoin Tether chart. Oh, baby, this thing is bumping. Let's see what we got. Oh, there we go. Okay. Did we look at this on we looked at this on the stream, I believe. Yeah. Looking for that run up into that local golden pocket. Could what is this? This is the 8 hour. Let's look at the 4 hour. Could potentially be putting, take a look, 2 hour bear div potential. Bubba's Crypto says, thanks for having Gareth on today. Shout out to the mods, hashtag CandleMafia. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. Bubba's Crypto, you are one of the long-time supporters of the channel. I appreciate you, bro. And I can't wait to eventually, at some point in our lives, cross paths and meet each other in real life. All right, let's see. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. Shout out to Clicker101 as well. Got the name from BitBoy Show. Thanks for the knowledge, CandleMafia. Shout out to Fat Moonbags. Hey, welcome to the CandleMafia, Fat Moonbags. And yeah, welcome to the CandleMafia, man. We are out here partying, making money, whether the price is going up or down. Welcome to the family, my friend. All right, let's see. What's good, my peeps? Jonathan Slaughter, what is going on, man? Thank you for being here. Quentin Fox, what is good? Shout out to the Mafia from Montreal. Let's go. Shout out to Ben Subi with the Rex. You got the Rex. I can't see. See, there's a car in your picture. I assume it's a Rex or maybe an STI. Any thoughts on what Elon's crypto Twitter coin will be? Doge or an in-house creation? I mean, why wouldn't it be Doge, right? But maybe he'll make his own. Maybe he'll make his own, and he'll call it. I don't know what he'll call it. Maybe he'll call it Tesla coin. I don't know. But yeah, very interesting. I mean, I feel like it's got to be Doge, right? Okay, let's go ahead, guys. Smash up that like button. 600 likes. Gonna be that level that we're looking for to do some crazy giveaways here. 600 likes, every 100 spins, every 100 likes, we get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, even though there's not much pain on it, mostly pleasure. All right, continuing on here. Yeah, approaching some interesting resistance here. We do have that local golden pocket. Let's see. Yeah, local golden pocket. I would watch the top. I would watch the top of this local golden pocket at about $1.82. May start to form some bearish divergence there. Once we get down there, 6 hour looking to, yeah, I would look for potential bearish divergence going into that resistance, potentially going to give you a move to the downside. Not even printing yet. So it may not confirm. It's not even printing yet. But yeah, same thing with the 5 hour here as well. It could get invalidated, but something to keep an eye on as you approach that local golden pocket. Might be a good level to kind of cool off at. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Doge, taking a look at Dogecoin. Bada boom, bada bing. Here we go. All right. 30-minute. Looking at the daily. Dogecoin. Interesting. Okay, so daily money flow is coming to the downside today, looking to cool off as well. Your 16 and 12 hour do have confirmed red dots. VWAP and money flow not looking too bad on the 12 or the 16 hour. 4 hour green dot looking to print here very, very soon. Probably going to be a likely little pop to the upside on that green dot. Money flow generally coming back out. Looks like it might be swooping back up here. Let's turn on our market intelligence here. Let me get rid of this one. I don't know why. I got so much stuff on here. Got 3 VRVPs. Just out of control. Okay. So, yeah, let's see here. Yeah, money flow coming out, but it is looking like it may want to turn back up. We are getting a slight RSI hidden divergence here. Could give us another little pop to the upside. This would be a, yeah. We'll get levels here in a second. 2 hour. Yeah, 2 hour green dot is confirmed. VWAP looking pretty healthy. Money flow coming back up. 90-minute. Money flow back in the red, or back in the green, into the red, back into the green. VWAP looking to roll over here probably soon. Let's see, 15-minute money flow. I would look for the money flow crossover into the green with that 4 hour green dot. And I would also watch that 12 and 10-minute money flow to cross over into the green as well. So those money flow crossovers into the green on those lower time frames might indicate a move back to the upside for Dogecoin. And if you're looking for some levels to watch on this thing, I would go ahead. We are currently rejecting on the 12-minute, currently rejecting off of this local golden pocket. But let's come up to a higher time frame and see where we can expect if we do get a decent move up for Dogecoin. Where could it bring us? Yikes. I mean, we may get a move back up to this local golden pocket sitting at about 10 cents, 10 and a half cents almost. Could be a good spot to look for a pullback or a pull up to this high volume node at about 0.104 cents. So there you go, guys. There's Dogecoin. Again, short term, things are looking like they may get another pop to the upside. Yeah, red dot confirmed here on Doge. This is looking a little bit different than some of the other stuff. But yeah, looking at that 4 hour green dot for that next move to the upside. Money flow starting to pop back to the upside on Doge as well. Let's see. Next, Casper. Let's see. KuCoin. We got 744 people still in here. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Almost at 500 likes. Almost 100 more likes, guys, to get to our like goal so we can start giving away some of these hats and maybe some more crypto. And maybe I will also give you this business card that a plumber gave me today. Yeah. Anyway, let's continue on. Okay. Casper, 4 hour money flow crossover into the red. VWAP coming up. So looking similar as far as VWAP. Money flow crossover into the red is a little bit more bearish in my opinion. Let's see. VWAP coming to the upside on the 16-hour daily. Yeah, daily VWAP looking kind of money flow back in the red on the daily. That is more bearish. Weekly, no information on the weekly. Look at the 4-day, no information on the 4-day. Red dot printing on your 3-day, 2-day printing a red dot as well. Not a lot of price information or price history here. Yeah, red dot. Ooh. Yeah, I would lean. I would lean sideways bearish. Yeah, I would lean side. I mean, money flow crossover into the red on the daily is typically a pretty bearish sign. 8 hour. Let's pull up. Yeah. 6 hour money flow coming out. 4 hour money flow crossover into the red. 2 hour money flow crossover. Bing bong. I would say sideways bearish for Casper. Nothing really screaming that we're going to rip to the upside. Other than that 4 hour green dot is the thing that I would watch. But let me go ahead and give you some levels here. Let's see. Some short-term levels. So if we can't get back above this POC, it would be likely to come back down to our level here at about 0.027 cents. And if we can hop back above, this POC, get back above, volume tapers off. You could see that. So we could slowly start to grind our way back up to this value area high at about 0.031 cents. So that would be the range I would typically be looking at. That's kind of what I would be looking at on Casper as far as levels. So again, if we can't get back above this POC, look for a drop down to the range lows If we can get above and hold support, I would look for a rip up to that 0.031 cent level. Let's see. Hulk smash the likes. Shout out to Astro Zombie. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you. Hulk smashing that like button. Let's go. We're at 509 looking for 600. Do I hear 600? Do I hear 600? Do I hear 550? 550, 550 going once, 550 going twice, 550, 550. Sold to Bubba's Crypto. Yeah, shout out to Brett. It says ADA, please. Yeah, we can take a look at ADA. No problemo. Let's take a look. That's Daddy. We don't want Daddy. We want ADA. Okay, here we go. Boom. ADA, looking at the weekly. Let's see what we got. Green dot, double green dot printing on ADA. Yeah, double green dot printing on ADA for the weekly. Looking at the 6 day. No bull divs here. No bull divs here. As you guys know, ADA has been making lower lows. We've broken the June lows for ADA a while ago. This thing is continuing to the downside. It is not the best look, but we are getting that double green dot. Would be a decent bottom signal, at least a temporary bottom signal. 5 day double green dot confirmed, and oh, baby, you just missed the bull div there. 4 day, though, giving you that bull div, that MACD / market cipher B bullish divergence here. So it's not looking too strong as of right now, but we could see that change. Looking at the 3 day, looking like it might want to roll over. 2 day looking to roll over as well. And we are getting that daily red dot. So again, that could be where things cool off a little bit. Once that daily red dot plays out, if we get this daily red dot to play out, guys, that is where I'm expecting potentially to get this big move to the upside. As soon as that daily cools off just a little bit, gets things to retrace just a tiny bit, and then that is hopefully where we can get that move to the upside. But no guarantees that we're going to get back down to that POC. I'm really hoping for that pullback to the POC. But no guarantees, no guarantees. But red dot printing on the daily, that is more bearish. 16-hour looking to cool back around. Yeah, we're getting some mixed signals now. Yeah, 4-hour green dot is printing. Money flow starting to come back to the upside. I would look for, rejection point here. I mean, you're probably hitting this local golden pocket right now from this high, I assume. Yeah, there you go. But if you look at the charts long enough, guys, you kind of just know where the local goldens are. But if we pull from this high to this low, could potentially get a work up back to about 32 cents. Bada boom. Boom. Yeah, I'd watch this 382, or is it the 0.5? This is the 0.5. Watch that 0.5 level as well. 32 cents is going to be the level to watch for a rejection. If we break out of that, if we pop out of that 382 and pop into that value area high, that's where I'd look for a little bit of a cool off or a rejection if this pump does continue off that 4-hour green dot. Nice little bull div here on ADA on the 1 hour as well. Nice little pop ski. But if we break that value area high, we will push into this local golden, which would likely give us some form of a rejection. And if you just look at this local golden pocket, and if you just kind of follow this local golden pocket all the way to the side, you could see it correlates with that little spike in volume. So, we could come up, hit our head on that volume before coming back down. So there's ADA. There's some levels to watch on ADA with my idea of what I think is possible. And the fact that we are, this would have been nice. I wish I saw this, guys. Bull div into the POC. This is what you're looking for, right? You get that nice bull div into that POC for that nice little trade to the upside. Nice little long. That would have played out nicely. Oh, Matt, I missed that, guys. But let's go ahead and move on. I actually think we are running out of time a little bit here. What? I missed Gareth. Work sucks. Shout out to Wick589. I appreciate you, bro. Just go ahead and watch that replay, baby. It was pretty good. All-Star Auto Group trying to troll. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. Shout out to All-Star Auto Group. Let's see. Hit the likes, family. Shout out to Red Robles. All right, let's continue on. Frank's Red Hot. Put them spins on everything. Shout out to Tyler Durden. I put those spins on everything. Let's see. Has anyone sports bet on KuCoin Wallet? I have not. Let's see. Also, guys, did a pre-record today. Shout out to Satoshi Glakamoto. Happy to have you here, Wick. But yeah, I did a pre-record today, guys, and it will be coming out tomorrow. The editors are a little short-staffed this week, so hopefully it comes out on time. Little different series that we're starting here, and we're gonna do these from time to time. We'll probably do, maybe a few a month, and it's just kind of like deep dives into coins, right? So it's just kind of like I go through what the project does, the fundamentals, kind of the token, go through the tokenomics of the coin, because we look at the charts, guys. We show you the trades. We give you the TA. We show you the charts, but it's not very often that we actually talk about these projects. I've been talking about these videos coming out for a while. So tomorrow, keep an eye out for a video on Oasis Network, aka Rose. So yeah, and again, guys, I never have any affiliation with any of these coins. The point of these videos is just to take a deep dive into the project. I give you guys the information, a little insight into what the project does, and that's it. I'm never gonna tell you guys you have to buy this. You're gonna be a millionaire if you buy this. Just bringing the project to you and showing you guys the details about it, right? And then we can look at the charts together, see if they look bullish or bearish, and figure out if we like the projects or not. So just informational videos, never a connection with them. I'll probably never. I'll most likely never do a sponsored video like that with a project. And if I ever did, just know that it will 100% be obnoxiously I would be obnoxiously explicit about that. I'd be like, hey guys, this is a sponsored video, so let's get into it. Oasis Network, by the way, guys, this is a sponsored video. Don't worry, you guys would know, but I don't think I'll ever do that, to be honest with you. I feel like, sponsoring a crypto project is just too risky in my opinion. Unless it was like, XRP or something, I don't know. But anyway, when Candlecoin Peebo, maybe soon. I'm just kidding, man. Shout out to Peebo. Oh yeah, I guess I could just restart the stream. Shout out to Wick, absolutely. But stick with us, Wick. We like having you here. Yeah, guys, I think we are running out of time here. Yeah, we are. Let's go ahead and pull up that Wheel of Pain and Pleasure. Wheel of Pain, and we did cover Near, right? We did cover Near. That is what I was, someone said, can we show some love to Near? And we haven't looked at Near in a while. But yeah, let's go ahead and boom. Here we go. Let's get these spins going, baby. Let's get these spins going. What do we get? Oh, we're so close to 600. We're so close to 600, guys. Smash that like button if you have not hit that like button yet. If you're on your phone, grab your finger and hover it over that like button. Don't click it yet. Don't click it yet. We're going to click it on the count of 3. And if you're on a computer, hover your mouse over that like button. And we're going to click them on 3, 2, 1, like. 3, 2, 1, bike. You guys clicked it. Why'd you click it? 3, 2, 1, like. Let's see if we can glitch these likes up to 600. I just want to give you guys a crazy giveaway. And like I said, we're already doing a crazy one because we got 10K on Twitter, guys. Thank you so much for getting us to 10K on Twitter. I really appreciate that. Gonna start kind of focusing on Twitter and trying to grow that up a little bit. Start posting a little bit of TA out there. But pretty soon, I'm gonna have to clone myself because there is a lot to do, and there's only so many time in the day. There's only so many times in the day, guys. The time is only so many minutes. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and spin that wheel. If we hit 600 likes, guys, I will. What were we going to do? I think we were going to give away a hat. Was it a hat? I think we're giving away a hat or 2 hats or maybe some hats. We'll just add something crazy to the giveaway if we hit 600 likes tonight. And I'll give you guys 10 spins on the wheel to add even more giveaways. We give away the pain is that the steam is ending. Oh, the stream is ending. Oh, yeah, Satoshi, but we love you, man. We love you, Satoshi. I call him Satoshi Glockamode. That's because I know him on a personal level, though. A lot of people have to call him Satoshi Glockamoto. I call him Satoshi Glockamote. We are here for you, Frankie. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Anon. Absolutely. Yeah, shout out, big shout out to the mods, guys. I feel like part of my brand is the mods. It's just the way it is. Like, at a meetup, I can almost guarantee any real CandleMafia member that comes to a meetup, they're going to be like, yo, where's Crypto Anon? Where's Tyler Durden? Where's Captain Kirk? Where's Crypto Billy? Where's T-Petty Crypto? Where's, they're going to be looking for everyone. Where's Tony D? Like, you guys, people are going to want to meet the mods too. You guys are 100% a part of this brand. And not only that, like, you guys, they do so much, guys. Like, I actually had a meeting with TJ. I had a meeting today with TJ and Ben. And we were just kind of going over, the channel, how things are going, what we can change, how we can push forward harder, just a general checkup, right? And I told them, I was like, they were like, you're crushing it. And I'm like, Dude, I got a crazy mods. I got crazy mods. You guys are the best. You guys are the absolute best. Show them some love in chat, guys. Let me get a plus 100. Let me get an obnoxious spam in chat for the mods. I don't even care what it says. Just nice things about the mods. I don't care if you bang on the keyboard. Just make some noise for the mods in chat, guys. Just spam the chat with mods. I wish I could turn off the shout out to Happy Lucky, says you talk so loud. Happy Lucky, welcome to the Frankie Candles YouTube channel, where not only do I talk loud, but we also make money trading crypto whether the price is going up or down. And Happy Lucky, I'd love to defend myself here, but I can't. I do. I talk really loud. But shout out to you, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah, loud talker for sure. That's part of my brand. That's definitely part of my brand. It's like you guys are going to meet me in real life and I'll be like, hey, what's up, man? Actually, no, I'm going to be hype in real life. But like when you guys see me on other shows, like Debate Crypto, like I always see everybody in chat like, oh my God, I've never seen Frankie this calm. And it's like, it's not my show, you know? On my show, I could be as animated as I want, or the morning stream, I could be pretty animated. But, you know, I don't like to, hey, there we go. Showing love to the mods. Let's go. Love them mods. Let's get it. Go mods, go. Love you guys. Let's go. Shout out to you guys. Boom, there we go. Spam it, baby. Spam it. Let's go. Here we go. What do we got? We got 6 spins. Oh, we're so close to 600 likes, guys. So close, so close. Let's see. All right. Oh, that's yeah. We only have 3 of the mods in here. That's okay. That's okay. The mods are beautiful. I actually do know what they look like in real life, guys. Pretty good looking dudes. But just preemptively spinning this 10 times because I assume we're getting to 600 likes before the stream ends. So hey, yeah, I love this. Show love, baby. Let's get it. And I mean that, guys. Like I mean, I don't know why I would just say that, but like from the bottom of my heart, like the mods really do. Like I'm like, I lucked out, guys. I lucked out with these. I lucked out with the team that we have is insane, and I can't wait to grow with you guys. This is it's the coolest thing ever. All right, let's see what do we got. 570 likes. I'll give it to you guys. We'll give you 10 spins. We're close to 600. Let's run it up by the end of the stream. But guys, give them another giveaway. What do we got on the wheel here? How many giveaways out of 10 spins? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 wins out of 10. That's a high hit rate. Let's go. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. And thank you all, guys. Thank them. It's Namala. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Honda Man says, do we get a bagel? Oh, do we got to make a bagel emoji on Discord? I don't know. I think we do. I think I use it like a reaction. Is that what you're talking about? I put the bagel emoji on everything I possibly can. I even do it in our work Slack channel. If someone says, at Frankie Candles, can you do this? Or, hey, at Frankie Candles, I have this for you. Come to my office or whatever. To show acknowledgement, I just put a bagel emoji. I swear. That's an actual thing. Like when they sent those new merch designs, they sent it to me in Slack and said, hey, look at this. And the team was like, yo, this is lit. Oh, my God. And I just put a bunch of bagels because I was getting ready for the stream. Didn't have time to type. I just put the bagels. And they were like, hey, Frankie loves them. Anyway, guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time I got for tonight's stream, guys. Give it up for Garrett Soloway. If you don't like me, smash the like button for Garrett Soloway. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I love having guests on the shows so we can get different points of view. Like, even if they disagree with me, I actually prefer to have people who disagree with me come on the stream because you don't want to get stuck in an echo chamber, especially in crypto. So, with all that being said, thank you to each and every single one of you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys spending your time with me. I hope you learned something on this stream, or at least I hope it gave you some insight into the market and what I expect to happen in the short, medium, and long term. And with all that being said, guys, bagel emoji, bagel emoji, bagel emoji. I love each and every single one of you. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to the premium Discord, guys. Go ahead and get in there. Again, we are extending the $5 a month discount on the premium Discord for another 24 hours because you can only pay with crypto right now. So the deal will end at this time on tomorrow's stream. And and if you guys want to check out the BitLab Academy technical indicators, check them, link in the description down below. I've been using them and absolutely loving them. But yeah, with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right out of ATB, right after ATB. I love each and every single one of you. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Tyler Ramos.
Yeah, I'll take a large pie for delivery. $27. But this is George. It's not even New York pizza. What do you mean? I'm not paying $27 for it. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. You guys do a discount for people with 10K on Twitter? What do you mean? What's Twitter? Do you forget? I'll get Chinese food. I'll get Chinese food. Whatever. Damn, George. Oh. Oh, hey, what's up? What's up, guys? Sorry, just trying to order some pizza. They don't have a discount for people with 10K on Twitter. Who knew? I guess 10K is not that much. Well, here's to 20K, guys. I love each and every single one of you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love you. Bing bong.